Oh. Harry, what's with all the screaming kids downstairs? Don't they know it's nap time? Oh, the new youth intake's here. Alright, let's go have a look. Hi guys, Aussie and welcome to Season 4, Episode 14 of the First Star Challenge with Leeds United, our bid to win the Champions League with the club for the first time. And today we look to take a massive step towards doing that because we need to try and get back in the top 4 to qualify for the competition next year. We are playing Norwich and Chelsea, who are currently above us in the table. That's for later on, but right now we have got our new youth intake. As you can see here, now some of these are leftovers from previous youth intakes, but most of this is the new batch. There's two, to be honest. We've got two decent prospects. First is Asane Ndeo here. Now, he's trying to tell me he's a striker. I'm trying to convince him right now that you are not Asane. You are very definitely a right winger because you can't finish. You've got a finishing of 5. As a winger, though, we just might have something here. Flair will probably need to work on a little bit. But he's got decent dribbling, crossing, decent first touch. Passing's not bad, and physically he's got a bit of pace about him. So there's definitely a winger there. I don't think there's a striker there, but there's definitely something, which is good. So the Spanish kid as well, I think he's second nationality, Senegal? Yeah, Senegalese. So, interesting that we got, he's come through our academy. The other one that could be decent here is Tolaji Ahmed, I think you'd pronounce it. He is just English. There is no second nationality there. A decent enough centre-back prospect here, I think. Okay, physically could be a little bit pacier, but that might come with time. A little bit of strength, but I'm sure that will come with time as well. But the basic defensive stats seem to be there. Heading, marking, tackling, positioning could do a little bit, but decisions making's not too bad. So again, as a 16-year-old, I don't think he's too bad. I think there's very definitely a prospect there. Outside of that, we didn't get too much. Jordan Jones, a striker. Again, he looks like maybe he could be a winger, but definitely, he's got finishing of 9 already, so there might be a striker there. Griggs, it doesn't look like there's too much there. Niall Adams, again, it doesn't look too much there. The one I am excited about is Dean Forbes here. We got an Australian, and they know how to please me. There we go. Absolutely rubbish. I don't think we'll be seeing much of Dino in the first team there somehow. So that's how the youth intake went. Again, I do like to name these guys after my Patreon supporters. If you are a Patreon supporter and you don't yet have someone named after you in this series, let me know. Just message me via Patreon so it's easier to keep track of. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description if you're interested in doing that to get someone named after you. Otherwise, there's a lot to catch you up on since last episode. 6 games as a matter of fact, so let's get things underway. Let's get to this quickly. Burnley. Burnley was the first one in the league. We took the lead thanks to a wonderful solo effort from Jared Bowen. However, in the space of 6 minutes, Burnley first equalised and then established a 2-goal lead. Vilbeke halved the lead seconds after the break with a goal of the season contender. And then rescued a point with another wonderful strike. So Silly dropped points, just 6 minutes of madness, 7 minutes of madness there, absolutely destroyed our game. But what about the goals we scored? Vilbeke introducing himself at Ellen Road with probably the first and second best goals of the season, and Jared Bones wasn't too bad either, was it? So really, some really good goals. As I said, we just fell asleep defensively, and it cost us 2 points, which is really frustrating. We can't afford to drop points at home. Next up, we played Crystal Palace. Jared Bowen opened the scoring, finishing off a rapid counter-attack. He then turned provider for our second, crossing for Vilbeke. Mariva bundled over a third to secure the points. And Palace managed a late consolation. So away from home and relatively comfortable, again, Bowen and Vilbeke with the goals. Mariva got one as well. It was a relatively comfortable win, this one. Away from home, a decent enough performance. So just kind of, it was what it was. You can see there, we played quite well. We definitely deserved to win the game. The next game was another away fixture, this time at Cardiff. We took the lead before the break when Alfie McCalmont brilliantly picked out Jared Bowen's run. We doubled our lead early in the second half thanks to Vilbeke. And Alina picked out Bowen to secure the points with our third. A really, really good performance this one. And again, Bowen and Velvake absolutely ripping the league to pieces at this point. 2 goals from Bowen, another goal for Felix. But we just looked good in this game. We looked good in possession. We looked dangerous. Look at those match ratings. It was a really, really solid performance this one. I was really, really pleased with it. We had 3 games in a row on the road. The final one of that stretch, we went to Bournemouth. We got off to a horrible start. Behind after 13 seconds. And Bournemouth doubled their lead early in the second half. We pulled one back through Erling Haaland. No, you heard correctly, but we couldn't rescue a point. Oh, it was a horrible start. 13 seconds in. We should have got something from the game. I mean, Haaland scored. That's something. That's a bit about as miracle as we could hope for on this one. We didn't play well. I don't know where the form had gone. I thought after the Palace and Cardiff results, maybe we were definitely, we were on sort of the up. But this game kind of knocked us back down to earth a little bit, unfortunately. And yeah, you can see there. I think we probably deserved a draw. But you look at those match ratings, we can't really complain too much. Next up, we went and we hosted, who we play next? Leicester City. We fell behind in the first half thanks to a massive deflection. But Calvin Phillips showed a lot more precision with our equaliser. It was an unlucky goal to concede. It was a nice goal to score. But you can see again from the match ratings there, we can't really complain too much. A draw was just about fair. It's just, again, drop points at home. They're killing us, aren't they? The final game to catch you up on, we hosted Everton. We fell behind early to a Richarlison special. Everton went down to 10 men, and Abel Ruiz quickly had us level. Everton's 10 men were ahead again before the break thanks to Richarlison's second. But Everton found themselves down to 9 moments into the second half before Zagreb drew us level with a stunner. Kene then put us in front with a thunderbolt of his own before an own goal secured the points. I mean, obviously playing against 9 men for 45 minutes really, really helped with this one. It's not too much else to say. We dominated the game, but you would expect that. Zagre's goal and Kene's goal, absolute stunners. Ruiz played well, which was good to see. Bowen had a bit of an off day. It's difficult to really say too much about it because, we were behind to 10 men, but they went down just before half time there, and then the second half was what it was. We were always going to win with we're up against 9 men, weren't we? So if we look at what that all means for the league table here, and we can see that we are currently sitting down there in 6th. Now, it doesn't look great because Man United have a game in hand. Chelsea have 2 games in hand. Obviously, we're playing Chelsea today. That almost does become a must-win. But if we look at the upcoming fixtures for those 2 teams, it's not quite as clear-cut as it looks there. Because if we look, United are hosting Tottenham. They're away to Chelsea, at home to Manchester City, away to Everton. And trust me, Everton looked a decent team, even with 10 men. Southampton, they should win. But then the final day, they're away to second in the table, Arsenal. So they've got a really, really tough run in. And Chelsea, to be honest, are not too dissimilar. If we look at their schedule, Palace at home, they should win, but then they've got United at home, they've got us at home, which will be a tough... That's the one that could come down to for us, is making sure that we even if we just don't lose. Then they've got Arsenal away, Wolves away, which will be tough, Liverpool at home, and they end Southampton away, which they should win. So lots and lots of tough games coming up for Man United and Chelsea, so it's not, as I said, not quite as clear-cut as it looks. Now, looking at the Champions League as well... Again, not as bad as we initially thought. Atletico Madrid, they only went and knocked out Arsenal 4-1 on aggregate in the quarterfinals. So we ran them very, very close on away goals. So again, disappointing to have gone out, but not necessarily the worst thing. We ran them close, and they're obviously a very, very good team because Arsenal are a very, very good team. So a little bit frustrating there, perhaps. To have gone out to them. But let's get this show on the road. We're about to go to Norwich. They are the favourites for this one, somewhat frustratingly. They're up there in 8th, so they're no mugs. They are a Daniel Farke coached team, adventurous, standard playing style. If we look at Mr. Farke's thing there, we can see, decent, isn't he? I mean, I think he's kind of got that reputation in real life as well now, doesn't he? We can see here, this is how we expect him to play like this. Batshuayi up front, there's a few Delafeus in their team as well. So they're no mugs, as I said. They beat Spurs last time out as well away from home. So this is not going to be the easiest game. We can see their passing network there and their key passes as well. This is the team that we're sending out. We've got a few match fatigue players. We were going really well, and then part of what ruined our run, I think, in between episodes there was just players got fatigued. We had to break up Velvake and Bowen going down the wings. So, yeah, we'll see what we do here. We've got Onana in goal. It's Zagreb, Pongranic, Wood, and Coyle as the back four. Phillips and Mariba in midfield. It's Costa down the right. Hopefully he'll do a good job for us. Alina as the Ngenche, or however you say that word. He's done quite well playing that role, so let's hope that continues. Velvake, hopefully, to continue his goal-scoring run down the left there. And Edmondson goes up top. He's been the most consistent striker, but that's not to say he's been great. So here we go. This is it's not as easy game as Norwich away. You think, okay, we should win that. But like I say, they're 8th in the table. It's not the easiest game we're going to play. Tell the team to expect to pick up where they left off. Do we want to raise our level? I wonder if we do that. Recent form standings have Norwich in 3rd while we're in 8th. Let's raise our game to their level. Some calm, we have faith. And yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go and let's see what we can do here. Depending how this episode goes, I'm thinking we probably will look to just show the rest of the season out, because I think it's going to be a close run thing. We'll know more by the end of this episode, I think, whether it is going to be a case of come on, Mariba. Mariba's just been running into a lot of dead ends this season. Whether it is going to be a case of it's a dead rubber. If we were to lose to Chelsea and United and Chelsea don't drop points, oh, what does that finish? Where has that come from? Boys, that is so frustrating. We've seemed to have forgotten how to defend as well, which is doubly annoying. Yeah, Mariba's just run into trouble, and there's nothing really going on here. I tell you what, it's not the best defending there from Zagreb, is it? Cracking finish, you've got to say, but really, really frustrating when those are going in against you. All right, come on here, boys. Let's see what we can do. Mariba and Phillips exchange passes. Mariba goes out there for Velrake. He has shown he can score from anywhere. Go on, son. Go on, Felix. Go on, Felix! No, straight into the goalkeeper's hands, and Chelsea's taken the lead at Crystal Palace. Now, obviously, getting towards the end of the season here, we do need to start thinking about player of the season. Let me know who you guys are thinking is going to... has been our best player this year. It's certainly not Erling Haaland, certainly not any of the strikers. There's a decent... Oh, Felix, he can score with his head as well. Felix Verrake, 6th goal of the season. We're back on level terms. And I tell you what, the last month, Felix Verrake and Bowen, between them, have just about been our best 2 players. Look at that. Agile as you like. I don't know. He didn't know he could head the ball, to be honest. Does he have a jumping reach on him? Where is he here? Jumping. Okay, so he's just a physical monster, isn't he? Yeah, it's really difficult to say who it's going to be. I would almost go as far as maybe Pogranic or one of the defenders, because we have had, for the most part, a really solid defence in the league. We haven't really seen it the last few weeks. And I think maybe some of that is just because we've been working so hard on trying to score goals that maybe that slipped a little bit. What do we want to say to that? I'm going to say I'm not happy with that, boys. Other than a goal from a corner, we really haven't looked particularly good there. Yeah, but it's really difficult to come up with any candidates for player of the season. I mean, Louis Coyle's been quite good for us, getting forward from right back. Maybe he's in with a shout. Onana, actually, has been brilliant, so maybe Onana. But, yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking for that one. Let's give it a get creative here. The way this game's been going, can we make any changes? Alina's having an absolute mare in there, so let's get him out. Let's get Bogac in. Let's try Liao up top in place of Edmondson, who we haven't seen anything from him. Helder Costa's having a nightmare, so let's make a triple change, bring the youngster Baker on for him. And now we'll get an injury, won't we? Because that's that's usually how this works. Come on, boys. 15 minutes to go. Can we rescue a win here? Come on. We're doing quite well. We're dominating the game. Let's maybe not exploit the flank, see if that makes any difference. And let's get stuck in, since... that's where we are at that stage of the game. It's only Velvake on a booking, so hopefully we won't see any ill effects from that. Push forward, boys. Come on. Come on. It's not going to happen, is it? No, it's not. We've dropped points again to Norwich. I mean, it's a bit of a wonder goal that they've scored, isn't it? But we're really, really having a difficult time balancing being defensively solid and scoring goals. So honours even at Carrow Road. I mean, I guess away from home against 8th, it's not the worst. But why has that changed? Anyway, we've gone back ahead of City. I'm not quite sure why there's only 5 spots for Europe there now. The FA Cup final is between City and Arsenal, so that's not really going to affect the European spots too much because the top 6 are pretty much set in stone. It's just determining what order they finish in. And we're going to make a big step towards that next, guys. Wait right there, we go to Chelsea. Okay, welcome back. We are at Stamford Bridge, and this has become a must-win game. If we look at the league table, actually, I'll take you to the actual league screen here. Results have not really gone our way. If we go back to, where are we here? Last game. Where was our last game here? So Tottenham did us a favour, and they beat Manchester United 2-1. That was absolutely brilliant for us. If we go forward here a little bit, we can see that... where are we here? City won, but which is fine because that doesn't really matter too much to us. But Man United beat Chelsea, which wasn't a great result for us, given that Chelsea had game in hands and United didn't. So that wasn't a great result for us. And then to rub salt into wounds, Man United then have now gone and beaten Manchester City as well. So they're essentially, if we don't win today, then they're gone because they'll be 9 points ahead, 3 games to go. That is done. And if Chelsea right now have a game in hand, if they beat us or if we don't beat them, 5 points with 3 games to play for us is really unlikely. So this has basically become a must-win game away from home against Chelsea, who we've never beaten yet. So yeah, so it's going to go well. We're up against an Ernesto Valverde team. They're an adventurous standing playing style. They like to press. This is how we're expecting them to play. This is how they played in their 2-1 defeat to Manchester United. We can see there the heat map. They do like to push quite high up the field there, passing networks and whatnot as well. This is the team we're sending out. It's pretty much, if you look at form, it's essentially the team that we have in the best form. Maybe Bonifazi for Wood. He's in better form. Is there a link up there? There's not a link up. Let's stick with Wood. I think he's been doing okay for us. So it's Onana in goal. It's Zagreb, Pongranic, Wood, and Coyle as the back 4. Phillips and McCalmont comes into midfield. Bowen comes back in on the right with Abel Ruiz as the shadow striker and Valverde down the left. Haaland goes up top. He's played a game in the under 23s, which is why his form looks a little bit better than it maybe otherwise would be. You had his man of his match performance there against Bournemouth. He's wanted by a few clubs, and I tell you what, I'm just about ready to sell him to Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid, but let's just see. This is it. Season on the line. So everybody is playing as expected. That is a good thing. Expected to prove a point today. Let's go. A little bit of... I don't usually do passionate team talks. We've got nothing to lose here. Let's show them what we're capable of. Or do we go for revenge? A passionate revenge. Some calm, we have faith for those that aren't yet motivated. And let's go out there and get stuck into them. Come on, boys. Come on. And here we go. Now, of course, if the worst was to happen and we don't win this one, then next episode would be, we'll finish off the season against Newcastle. Then we'll have our goal of the season competition, our end of season awards and all that kind of fun stuff. So definitely let me know who you think our player of the year is going to be. Oh, what a save from Onana. I think maybe right on cue there, Onana has said me. I think he probably is my player of the season. It hasn't been a great year. I mean, I've been trying to think, how do we improve this team? Because... player-wise, if you look at their attributes, this team should be a lot better than it is. It should be a title challenger, not someone sort of desperately clinging on, trying to get themselves back into the Champions League at the end of the season. I mean, the problem has been goals. We have one of the best defensive records in the league. It's just we're not scoring. And like I say, we have good attacking players. I'm not really sure why that is. So trying to strengthen over the summer becomes a little bit of a problem in that I don't really know how to do it. I don't know if we just write this off as a bit of a poor season. And, oh, here we go. Haaland's turned his man. Erling Haaland. Oh, it's terrible. Bowen's there, and Bowen sticks it away. Erling Haaland does not deserve an assist for that. But he's going to get it. All right, let's go off attacking. And you know what we might also do is let's just lower this tempo down a little bit. Now we're in front. I wonder if we can just try and just, calm things down a little bit. But there we go. Jared Bowen, 11th goal of the season. He has exploded. Second half of the year. It's probably good strength there from Haaland. Maybe a little bit unlucky his shot was blocked there, but it fell wonderfully for Jared Bowen. And it's 1-0 Leeds United. And are we still alive in this season after all? Even if we win this, it's still a little bit of a long shot. but we've seen the run-in that the other two have. We have a softer run-in. Maybe we could still do something, but we've still got a lot of work to do here. Coyle hacks it clear there for Abel Ruiz. Ruiz gets past his man. Can he finish? Abel Ruiz! No, it didn't really ever look like it, did it? But that's okay. That's okay. We're doing all right here. If we can keep up our good defensive record, then we just might be able to nick ourselves 3 massive points here. This is worth more than 3 points this game, isn't it? Wood and Coyle exchange passes out there for Bowen. What can he do? He takes on his man. He beats him. He cuts in field. Go on, Jared Bowen. Bowen! No, that is a weak shot. Eyes lit up. But there was no end product there, unfortunately. But there we go. At the break, it's 1-0 Leeds United. And we will take that. What do we want to say here? They were excellent. I'm going to say an assertive, don't get complacent, boys. Still a lot to play for here. Erling Haaland, yeah, we'll give you that first half. It wasn't the worst from him. Yeah, we'll just give it to him. Let's get yourself a goal, please, Erling. Then you'll really win me over here. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any suggestions on how we strengthen. I mean, even Liao, who has been, just so reliable for us in front of goal, has not played well at all this season. I would be shocked if our top goal scorer has 10 goals in the league. I don't think anybody has got to 10. Bowen with 11 is probably our top goal scorer, to be honest, over the season, and that's not enough considering how many competitions we've played in. It's been a weird year too, I guess, with the Winter World Cup, so maybe that's had a little bit of a role in it, but maybe we've been rotating too much. Maybe that's why we haven't got anything going attackingly wise. When we did have a few games in a row there in between episodes where we could field the same team, we were scoring goals. It's a shame that we conceded that, the 3 that we did against Burnley, because we could really use those 2 points. And even if we just managed to nick a point off of Bournemouth after going behind super early there, that might have been helpful. But they're in here, and Onana again. I tell you what, I've just given him Player of the Season on the spot here. Absolutely stunning. I'm wondering if we're not quite at it. Let's raise this tempo again. We haven't seen anything of us really, have we, in terms of highlights since we scored the goal. So let's do that. Let's give him a get creative. A second goal here would win it for us, you would imagine. Abel Ruiz isn't having a great game. Here we go now, in and around their penalty area. It's a cross to the back post. Can't quite get there. Now we're going to get hit on the break. That would be really, really a piss off, wouldn't it? Memphis. Oh, it's a good ball for Fabio, and again Onana. What a goalkeeper he is proving to be for us. I tell you what, I may not be getting anything out of Erling Haaland, but we have got so much out of Onana. How many points has he saved us this season? Let's give it a concentrate here, boys. Come on, we're getting close now. We're really, really getting close. Let's start and close it down. Be more disciplined. Waste time. Play for set pieces. Let's slow it down. Do we just want to No, I don't, because if we do that, we might just invite them on. That's all looking fine to me. Do we want to stick in a DM, I wonder? Let's not do that. Don't. How many times have we seen late goals ruin our day this season as well? Velvake gets a clearance in. Haaland's there. He can't quite get to it though. They go all the way back, and are we going to have another against the big boys, away from home on the most part as well, isn't it? We've seen we've seen United do it. We've seen Arsenal do it. We've seen Liverpool do it. Good tackle from McCalmont. Are we about to see Chelsea do it, or are we about to go up the other end? Bowen cuts back in field. It's there for Abel Ruiz. Ruiz with a sided goal. Ruiz! No! Come on, boys. Let's tighten up here. Let's see this out. Come on. This would be huge. This would be absolutely huge. Season is still alive. There it is. A massive result. A first ever win over Chelsea. And Onana is the hero there. There's no way around that. We are still fighting to get back in this Champions League. Well done, boys. That was really, really good. Leeds fortunate to beat Chelsea. Yes, there's definitely an argument to say that, I would argue. But there we go. That is absolutely huge. Look at the league table now. We're 2 points behind Chelsea. They do have a game in hand. We're 6 points behind Manchester United. This is still on, isn't it? So what we will do in that case is we will hold off on coming back for just the end of the season. We'll come back. We've got a decent run in. Brighton, who are 16th. Huddersfield, who are relegated. And then Newcastle, who are 13th. If we get 9 points from those games, that takes us to what? 76 points. United's probably going to get to over that, aren't they? Because goal difference is not in our favour. And that might be it could be the goal scoring one way or another that hurts us this year. Chelsea needs 7 points to get to that. They've got 4 games to play. Who are those 4 games? Who are those 4 games for Chelsea? I forget. Arsenal away and Liverpool at home. They're the top 2 teams. That only leaves them with 6 points. This is still on, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll come back for Brighton at home, Huddersfield away. If we get 6 points there, really puts the pressure on Chelsea. Let me know if you think we can do it, guys. Take care.